Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to really put the physics engine to the test by building not quite a blender, but more of like a stirrer, like a vat with just a spinning thing that's going to stir. And I want to take the simplest form of block, just literally independent individual blocks like this, and I'm gonna drop them into the stirrer and essentially try to create like a liquid that gets stirred around and see how many individual blocks it's going to take before the game starts to lag with the new physics update. And I don't know what to expect with this, but at some point it's gonna lag, I assume. But the question is it going to take a while, or is it going to lag quicker or slower, or, you know, how many blocks or how much liquid are we going to be able to make here? But first, I need a blender, which is going to, I think, involve using some of these new wedge pieces. I don't know how big of a blender I'm gonna need though. Do I have like a circle template I can use? I just got these random circle templates. There we go. So now I can take the, wait, what version of I think this is this kind, right? That version of wood. But now I can take the wedge wood and make this actually kind of circular. Man, this wedge update is going to make aesthetics so good. Wedges used to be the superior shape, but now, like, well, what happens when you make the superior shape even better? Okay, this part look, I think this part's wrong. Does that look better? Yeah, that actually does kind of look better. All right, wow. Look at the inside. All right, now I just gotta do the same to the outside. Look how easy this is to just get any wedge shape that you want. All right, look at that thing now. And I'm just realizing I kind of want to also build a layer of this out of glass. But at least I have a template. All right, let's see. We got glass block and then glass wedge. All right, this might actually take a little while. I'll see you guys after I've built a little bit more blender. All right, so I'm gonna do an interesting strategy here, and I'm showing you guys this because maybe it'll be useful for your building in the future. Because if I do this, and then I add like the next layer, and I essentially do it again, you're gonna see we're gonna have all these individual borders. However, these blocks can go up to 8 blocks. So what I'm gonna do is take this and duplicate it 8 times, which is why I built it on an extra level so I can separate this from the wood as its own thing. And now I'm just gonna go 1, or this is 2. Well, those 2 together, then I'll just save and duplicate that. So we're gonna do some exponential increasing here. Now I have 8. And before I save this, oh, look at that. I need to turn this into the wedge version. So now you can see I'm getting the maximum size out of these wedges, so it's not just going to be covered in those borders. Like I said, the borders are useful for just giving you an indicator of how big the wedge piece is that you're working with, especially if you need to delete pieces. You need to know if you're deleting one wedge piece or an entire 8 by 8 section of wedge pieces. But there is definitely some aesthetic downsides for sure. I don't know what kind of compromise could be made that could let you know how big the wedge piece is that you're deleting. Unless, I guess, if you had no borders, but when you look at a piece, if it gives you like a subtle outline of the piece that you're looking at, then it'll just immediately tell you how big it is without it needing to be a permanent aesthetic feature. Kind of like with the lift. When you look at something, it shows you, it kind of highlights the outside of it. If you don't have the lift selected, it should kind of do that with the individual block you're looking at, maybe? I don't know. All right, there we go. Now I have a glass segment. So the plan is to now duplicate this until I have enough for a good picture of liquid blocks. All right, maybe like just double this is probably going to be more than enough. Yeah, that looks proportional. And then I guess on the bottom, we'll give it a little border on the bottom of this. All right, look at that. Okay, so now we need to find, oh, this should have a center point. It was odd, right? Yeah, it has a center point. So we find the center point, which I believe is right here. I probably should have done this in challenge mode now that I'm thinking about it. Just have a lot more building potential. All right, so we put a bearing here, and then we need some type of stirring device. Ooh, I got an idea. I was just gonna do like blender style where it's just blades, 2 blades going around, but I think there's a better way to create some more stirring action. Assuming we can even start filling this thing up to a significant layer amount. What if the physics update isn't actually that great? And we get like 2 layers. Although to be fair, the volume of 1 layer of blocks on this, I may have went too big. That's a lot of blocks that could probably fill this up. How am I even gonna put in individual blocks? This is gonna take forever. All right, I'm gonna use pipe pieces. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, so now I can have these 2 things sticking up like that. And that'll also stir, like, not just the bottom, you know? There we go. I went with a 3-prong on either side approach. So let's just make sure that it rotates appropriately. So let's go 360 degrees loop. And yeah, that's kind of the speed I want, actually. All right, now I gotta fill in the bottom of this, though. All right, so here's something interesting and also kind of crazy is with these wedges, you can actually fill in these gaps. Like, look at this. You're just gonna make sure you rotate the right way. You can go flush with the wedges, which is something you couldn't do before with wedges in this game. So that's actually big news. So if you're trying this wedge trick here, where you're filling in the gap between a wedge with another wedge, if it's not showing up for you like this, just keep pressing Q. And then eventually you get the right angle that actually fits into the thing. It's not going to show it to you unless unless you have the appropriate orientation like this. All right, I've got it all built out now. So now I need to figure out my system for dropping individual blocks into this thing. Huh. Suddenly, it doesn't work. Oh, now it works. It doesn't work when it's welded. It actually doesn't work while it's welded to the ground. Okay, I think I know what's going on. I think it's a collision thing. I think because these do not have a gap here, I'm gonna have to... Yeah, see, as soon as I updated it, it started going. So I think I have to delete this and just extend it up by a block. All right, that should solve it. We'll have a layer that's not necessarily getting affected, but now when I turn it on, you can see no more collision issues. They really need to fix the collision issues. That should be another part of the physics update. Not lag with collisions, but just like friction issues with collisions. Now what I need is, I need a system that's gonna drop individual blocks that is going to be quick and easy. So the dimensions of this, it has like a 27 block radius. Probably could have just checked that out by going, 31 diameter. I guess that includes these blocks probably. So we're gonna go with 27. All right, I have a bit of an idea. This is gonna be a little crazy, but I think it's gonna get us a lot of bang for our buck. I need a reloadable magazine. I'm gonna create like a reloadable system here with the most amount of blocks I can drop in. And I think for the block type, I think this is gonna be the most interesting one. It's very visually, you can just see it very easily. It's a barrier block. I'm just gonna, maybe a 16 by 16 is gonna be the best way to do it. But every other block on a grid like this is going to be one of these. So that way, when this cardboard gets deleted, every single one of these blocks is going to drop. 16 times 16 divided by 2. That's how many blocks this should be. Because this should be just about half of the full 16 by 16 because we're just going every other block. So this is going to be 120. Actually, I don't even need to, I think it's going to be 128, but I can confirm when I finish building this. I can just put it on a lift and it'll tell me exactly how many blocks. All right, there we go. There's my grid. Let's check how many of those blocks there actually are. 128. All right. Mathing was correct. So do I build one bigger than this or do I just use this? Do 128 at a time. Well, let me save this. I'm just going to do this. So now I want an automatic system to dispense these, essentially. So I just spawn it in and load it up. So the way I'm gonna make this automatic is with 16 spud guns. All right, so now when I press this button, we're gonna shoot very quickly through 16 things. All right, so here, let's see if this works. Here's the plan. I put it, it should be automated. So I now put a sensor over there. So if I take my weld tool, and then I just weld it here, it should automatically sense. Well, we have some unexpected side effects here. I think they went through the ground. There's none below. All right, we may or may not be able to get a 100% accurate number on this, but because some of those disappeared and came back. So I don't think that's 128. Oh no. Oh, wait. Wait, what? How did this happen? Wait, no, how did this actually happen? They're all over here. Oh, I'm stupid. I gotta weld it upside down. They all got shot in that direction. I was a little bit confused there for a little bit, but it's pretty obvious now that I'm thinking about what just happened. Okay, I'm gonna delete these ones. No, I should probably turn this off. All right, I'm also realizing another flaw with my system. I think I have to rewire this so that all the spud guns fire simultaneously instead of in sequence. I thought it would look cooler if they're going in sequence, so all the blocks drop in sequence. But when it gets to the last layer that's attached, unfortunately, it does not work out very well, because then the detachment, I think, is gonna get detached before it finishes shooting some of the cardboard, so then it's gonna get shot off over in that direction. All right, so now it'll be all of them at the same time. So if I do this, that's how long it'll take to get through one clip. All right, so now let's see if I can do this the right way. Ah, no. All right, so what do I do? If I grab it here and then flip it upside down, there we go. Oh, I forgot it goes automatically. Hey, that looks more like 128 potentially. Now I gotta turn it on though. Oh, I need another switch up here. Here, this one will go down to the thing. All right, so there's 128. We don't have any stirring effects yet because we had to go one block higher. But now you can see the method. It goes just like this. All right, I still have full frames. I don't know. Actually, we can test it. I forgot that you can actually just switch back to normal physics. So let's put it on normal physics, what our old physics quality used to be. Uh-oh. Okay. Wait, it just automatically switched me back to smart. Let's go advanced again. What's wrong here? Wait, what if I go down to like simple 2? Okay, simple 2 is no problem. Simple 4 is no problem. Simple 5 is no problem. Wow, at simple 6, we already start lagging. So what I've already done was game breaking in previous scrap mechanic. Simple 7, I'm at 11 frames in simple 7. What was I at? Simple 6. Simple 6 is 16 frames. Simple 7 is 11 frames. Simple 8 is 6 frames. Here, let me just get out. Like, this is simple 8 right now. And the reason why, even though there's nothing moving down there, you have all these individual separate blocks on a surface. And I think it's because this is moving so close to them, it's trying to detect whether or not it's colliding. I bet if I turn this off, we'll probably get some frames back, maybe. Yep. All right, now we're back at 60 frames. Because there's no more moving parts, it was able to settle down and stop calculating. But as soon as I click this again, see our frames here, 60 frames, click that. And then now we're in slideshow mode. We're at six frames. And this isn't even the full physics quality that we used to have. So advanced. So that's actually pretty cool. Advanced physics performance issues detected. Auto switching to smart physics quality for better performance. So it'll automatically switch for you if your game's about to get ruined. But now I have full 60 frames where even at simple 6, I couldn't pull anything worth playing. So that makes me a little bit concerned of how much farther I'm really gonna be able to take this, since we've already taken it far past the prior version's capabilities. All right, so I don't know how many this is. I think that was 3 or 4 times 128. I think just 3. All right, we're starting to get some stirring action. I hope I didn't build this too big where we're not even going to be able to see any significant stirring. All right, I'm going to say this is maybe 4 times 128. Oh, no way. I think I built this way too big. I really do. All right, I'm going to just keep on going for a little bit. Is this 5? Oh, I got a frame drop. That went down to 55 frames. Like, I'm capped at 60, but it's at 60 now. But during the shooting, it went down to 55. That is actually pretty crazy. All right, we're going. I think this is number 6. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Let me jump down and look at it from the side. We're stirring a liquid right now, essentially. All right, I think this is number 6 or 7. I'm just gonna assume 6. Sure, my editor is able to keep count. All right, everything is looking okay so far. We're actually, it's rapidly decreasing. I'm at 30 frames now. So I don't think we have much more left. I definitely built this way too big of a blender. But I'm gonna keep pushing it until the game stops working. Come to think of it, I probably should have saved this whole system intact before I did this. That may have been a good idea. But I don't know, I'm gonna keep going. Oh, yep. You can hear the difference in the speed of the spud gun shooting. But it's totally working. This is now the same quality as when it was like, what, 2 sets of 128 on simple 6. I'm at 16 frames now, and that is what it was at when I only had 2 of them in. And now I have like close to 10. Oh man, just listen to that. All right, I'm gonna keep on going. I'm out. That only lost me a single frame, adding those extra 128 in. I went from 16 down to 15. I'm actually really surprised at that. Here we go. Now I'm going from 15. And I am at 13. I'm actually hovering between 13 and 15 right now. So that one lost me another 2 frames. Yeah, I'm at 13 now consistently. All right. Don't know how many this is now. You can just hear the difference every single time in the spud guns. All right, but I'm at 11 frames now, which I think was simple 7. Yeah, 11 frames I think was simple 7 when we had just 256 blocks. Now we're well over 1,000 now for sure. This is actually kind of crazy. It's doing what I wanted it to do. Oh, I got ideas, but like I'm torn between ideas that are conflicting right now. I can't do both at the same time. One idea is I want to turn up the controller to max, which will likely make a lot of the blocks fly out. And then the other thing is I still want to keep adding more blocks to see how far I can take this. So I don't want blocks to fly out yet. I just want to add more. But yeah, then once it's getting to the point where like it's getting hard to kind of navigate, then I think that's the point in which I'm gonna just turn it up. Because right now, like, this isn't a pleasant experience, but I can walk around and look around easily. You know, it's not like a slideshow like I've had before. We're still at 11 frames, 10 frames. All right, once it's consistently below 10, I think that'll be the time where we'll just, we'll observe for a little bit to watch the liquid action going on, and then we'll turn up the speed. Oh my goodness. All right. We are at 8 frames, 10 frames. Oh, no, we're back up to 10. 8, 10. All right, I'm going to jump down and look at... Oh, let's get rid of some of the... You know what else is like... There's also still all those blocks over there. I didn't actually delete all that. Oh, some fell through. So, -4 from the total count. Oh, maybe 5 because of this over here. I don't know if that was there before. All right, yeah, I'm still kind of at 10 frames, but it is getting... I'm trying to delete that block. Come on. Oh, they're still falling through. Okay. Things are starting to get a little unstable. But take a look at what we have here. So wait, if I turn it off... What happens to our frame rate? Wow, look at it settle. Oh, that was pretty cool. All right, my frame rate's pretty consistent just because these things are going to take really, really long to actually settle before it stops calculating physics. But look at that. All right, let's turn it back on. Wow. This is actually really cool to watch. Wow. All right, I'm just gonna bump it up to max instantly. You ready? Here we go. Whoa, okay. Okay, I'm expecting a lot to fly out, but it's actually doing pretty well. Wow, this is crazy. Oh, there's one. Couple flying out of the bottom. All right, let me go back up to the top. That definitely brought the frames down. We're going down to 6 as our low, which is what advanced physics couldn't even handle it. Like simple physics 8, I think, brought us down to 6. So now we're essentially, whoa, this is so cool looking. All right, you know what? If I just watch the, hold on, if I get in the seat, is this an okay view? This is not an okay view. But if I watch this for a second, I'm gonna keep this camera really still. And then if we fast forward a little bit, so we have like at least 30 frames per second, it's probably gonna look like a pretty cool, like, liquid stirring sequence. All right, how'd that look? Did that look cool? I won't see it until post. I'm gonna jump in. I need to prepare myself with a exit toilet seat though. But I'm gonna jump into this thing. You ready? Here we go. Whee! Oh, it kind of hurts my eyes. It does hurt my eyes just a little bit. Oh, I should have put. Oh, hold on. Where's my exit seat? Where's my exit seat? Oh no, it's getting blocked by all the blocks. Oh no, I'm sinking. I'm sinking. This is terrible. Go on, get the seat. Oh, there we go. We've escaped. That was actually kind of dangerous. What I want to do is put a toilet seat on one of those. Now, this is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go first person. Follow camera. Okay, now it's just a slideshow. This is the best view right here we're gonna get. I should have put one in the center. I don't have a centered one, so it moves the camera around a little bit. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get out of here. Get it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I haven't reached the well, you know what? I haven't reached the limit yet. I'm gonna say right now, I have reached, like, the tolerable limit, but I haven't reached the game limit. So let's spawn in a handful more, and I'm gonna say if I get 1 frame per second, that's when we gotta calm things down. I think that's gonna be a good stopping point. Or game crash. 1 frame per second, or game crash. Oh, man. All right, we are down to, we're still on 6. Part of me wonders if, like, what's the curve of frame drop to blocks added? Because I feel like it's getting, the amount of frames we lose per load of blocks seems to be getting less and less. Like, that brought us from 6, and now we're at 6, for like, we're at like 5.5. Because it keeps bumping back up to 6 from, no, we're at 6 again. So I just put 2 in, and we haven't lost a single frame. Whereas I feel like we were jumping a lot more before that. Oh, I forgot. We're on max speed still. I never turned it back down to the slow speed. I wonder if max speed is like has any advantages, because maybe it separates the blocks a little bit more. All right, now we're at 5, but also the guns are still shooting. We're at 6 again. Why are we not losing frames? Part of me is like, I'm stressing out that I'm doing this because I didn't save this entire build creation yet, and I'm getting it to the point where I might make it impossible for myself to save it. So, but I don't want to stop. But if I stop to save it, then I'm going to have to start over from the beginning. So I don't know what to do, but the whole point of the video is to see how far I can take the physics. So I guess I'm just sticking with the point of the video right now. So I don't know how many we're at now. Whatever the number, there's definitely a difference between the number of blocks dropped versus the number of blocks currently interacting, because you can see there's just a bunch of little scattered around. They keep popping out every so often. So there's the maximum minus an unknown number. This is crazy. It's like, it actually kind of seems like a liquid. I want to stop it just so I can see what it looks like when it stops getting pushed around. All right, it needs to come back to a 0. Wait, is it even gonna stop? I think I may have glitched out the controller. All right, well, I'm just gonna keep going while I wait for it to stop spinning, because I think it has to like unwind itself a bit. Yeah, it's essentially like we've created liquid dynamics essentially with this. Each one of these blocks is its own particle in a liquid, and we're just pushing them all around. I mean, I guess kind of like sand. It's closer to sand. I mean, sand can be a liquid for sure. Or behave like a liquid, rather. All right, we are now down to 5 frames. Like, see, this is the weird thing, is like I keep adding more, but I haven't lost much as far as the frames go. Which, why is that happening? Like, I was at 60 frames for a while, and then I feel like it took me like 5 or 6 loads to get down to like 30 frames. And now it's taken me like 5 or 6 loads to get from 6 frames down to 5 frames. So the math isn't adding up here for me as far as how many blocks equal how many frames, you know? It's definitely a curve. It's not a linear relationship. Like, I'm still at 5 frames. How many have I added while still being at 5 frames? What's weird is like, even though maybe my recording software isn't at, oh, 3. We're at 3 now. Okay. I was gonna say maybe my recording software isn't accurately reporting because of the issues. I hope this doesn't mess up like my audio and stuff. Okay, now we're definitely feeling pretty bad. But we're still at 3 to 5 frames. I'm hovering back and forth. Why did I say 1 frame? I said 1 frame per second, so I guess I'm gonna keep going. It still hasn't stopped though. The button is off. Like, I turned this thing off a while ago and it hasn't even stopped, so we also have that. Like, it's at the point now where we almost can't see the prongs anymore. I mean, I have my toilet on that one. Yeah, look at this, 3 frames per second. Maybe I should have not said 1 frame, because 1 frame a second, I'm now realizing, is kind of unbearable, right? All right, this is getting pretty unbearable. I'm gonna do 1 or 2 more. All right, here's 1 more. Just look at how long it takes to shoot through them. All right, I'm gonna do 1 more. I'm still hovering at 3 frames, but 3 frames is a lot more unbearable than I anticipated. And I want to at least get this back at some point. All right, this is the last one. Enjoy it. This is crazy. All right, so as this goes at it's 3 frames per second, I'm gonna give it another good old stare down so that we can fast forward back up to 30 frames a second and see what it looks like as if this was happening in real time instead of in game physics time. Okay, we're back to what my experience is like. How did it look? Did it look like liquid? Have we turned these blocks into liquid? Here, I want to get another view from the bottom here. Oh, wow. It's so much more full now. That is crazy. Okay, so what I'm going to do to get this back. Oh, I actually kind of want to watch it. All right, I might want to do another one from this perspective, just because this actually looks pretty cool too. All right, I'm gonna let this sit for a little while so you can get another one for this here. All right, did that look like liquid too? All right, so now I have a task here. I want to save this creation. I don't, not for any particular purpose. I don't know if I'll ever use it again, but I put some time into building this. Now I'm gonna detach it. It is no longer welded to the ground, but it is still going, completely detached. All right, no, this is gonna be pretty cool because I'm gonna move the creation, but all of these blocks are then just gonna be suspended in air for a second and then they fall down. All right, I'm really curious what this is gonna look like. All right, I gotta look back real quick though. All right, 3, 2, 1. Liquid. Wow. Wow, that was cool. We're getting some frames back. We're at 8 now. As they all settle back in. Look at them wiggle. It is wiggling. Everything, even this one's wiggling. Everything's wiggling. Why y'all wiggling so much? All right, I'm still at 6 frames. It's still the same amount of blocks interacting with each other. All right, but main thing, before we do anything else crazy, block blender. All right, so now that I've saved that, I am finally safe to clear the world. Oh, sweet 60 frames. Oh, it feels so good. It feels like I was sick and then I just suddenly got better. Like when you could just breathe again when you couldn't breathe for a week. Your nose was all stuffed and then all of a sudden airflow. Oh, so I feel like that was a good test of pretty much the physics and wedge update. We used wedges to build this thing. Actually, it turned out I don't feel like I really built it that much bigger than it needed to be. I thought I went way overboard after I started, but then we used I think we used it like a blender of this size would use liquid. So if you have any other ideas that you'd like to see with the new physics and wedge updates that you think would be good, let me know down in the comments below. I'm definitely going to be taking a look at the workshop at some point for the latest creations and seeing what people are getting up to now that the wedges are happening. So that'll be exciting too. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss stuff like that. And if you guys enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy some more you can find right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.